Good morning, sunshine. How are you, Steve?
Good morning, David. So glad to see you on Monday.
Yeah, it is so bright and sunny where you are.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. However, I don't think it's as sunny as today's guest.
Okay, well, let me guess by looking at his camera.
Oh,
It's
wow. Looks
similarly
nice
sunny.
there. All right. So today on the show, we have Mr. Rene Portieles. I think I got that right. Did I get that right? Portieles?
Yes,
All right.
very good.
And he is the CEO for Epic Forensics and Engineering. Rene, thanks for being on the show. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you guys do over there at Epic?
Well, pleasure to be here, guys. Just want to know it's an honor to be here. Very excited to be on the show today. And Epic Forensics Engineering is pretty much true to its name. We are forensics engineers. We're full discipline engineers, which means we have mechanical, electrical, plumbing, all sorts of engineering. And then we use that forensics to springboard over to engineering, which is pretty much to design repairs for construction defects that may be present in high-rise and low-rise buildings and just about any structure, really.
Okay.
Well, so Epic, it's a pretty big name to live up to when you describe your own company. So how did Epic become Epic? Pun intended.
Well, a long time ago, there was a very large multidiscipline national monster of a engineering firm, and they had a forensics group. Well, the clients of that monster firm was developers,
Okay.
architect, owners. So the forensics team came in, and then we started litigating against developers, architects, and owners. So as you can see, one day the developers and those parties came to the big firm and said, "Hey, listen, we have $300 million in jobs here. Who's this Rene guy down in West Palm Beach, Florida, who's litigating against us?" So you can't be on both sides of the table.
Right.
So it was an obvious thing to shut down that division. Once that
Okay.
division shut down, then it was a very amicable transition into Epic Forensics, and that's when I became the CEO and kind of grew it from 2 employees now to 50 guys.
Okay.
Very cool.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So what is it like aside from litigation and starting this monster that you guys are now going from 2 to 50? What does a normal day look like for you, for example, as an engineer?
Well, as an engineer, my position now, since I started this as a CEO, you really are everybody. You are the guy who answers the phone. You are the guy who sends the FedEx packages out. You are the guy who does the report or getting down and dirty in the trench. Now, these days, with the 50 employees, we're able to now spread that love, if you would, across the entire division. So now what I do is really focus in on quality assurance, making sure that the quality product that Epic provides is within every individual and within every single different office that we have. So when you read a report, it's the same style, the same type of report that every individual writes. And that's my job, to really make sure that the quality of Epic is maintained. And also, I have a really huge part in hiring individuals to make sure that they fit the lifestyle that Epic will give them.
I think that's very, very important what you just described. We make sure that we have consistency across reports, and it's not always easy to achieve when you have a growing bigger team. But at the same time, that's why people love consistency. You go to McDonald's in West Palm Beach, where you are, gonna get the same fries as what you get in New York City, and that's
Right,
that's
right.
really what makes it special in a sense of what people like
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely. And one of the best things that I love about my job is that it's a challenge and I love it, really finding the passion in each individual. And then because, people come in saying, "Hey, I have a passion for electrical engineering." Well, guess what? We have electrical engineering guys that are really working heavy in mechanical
Mhm.
or working in multidisciplines or maybe are part of our structural dive team. And they're electrical engineers because really find what the person loves to do and then grow that. Because if that person finds their passion, then they end up doing great. Their peers do great. The company does great. And then the entire firm does great.
Well, maybe if you open a boating division, Steve will be interested.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, so you kind of touched on something interesting, that the fact that you really try to find like the right passionate person for and find them that little niche within Epic,
Right.
which kind of leads me to the work-life balance type of that we all need to have today. I mean, it's been more and more stress since the beginning of COVID. I'm looking at the car you're sitting in. It's nothing like what I'm sitting in or Steve is sitting in. And by looking
That's
at
a,
it, it looks like there's a
wait, that's a
gazillion
car?
speakers. Is it even a car? Was it
It's
a
a
car?
car. It looks like a tank with speakers.
That's
right.
Like,
This is it's a
Stop that, stop
1929
that.
Ford Rat Rod. I could give you a little more of a global of what it kind of looks like right now.
Woo.
And yeah, that's so this is 100% part of the work-life balance. Look, work is always going to be there. You need to try to make it as best as possible, as less stressful as possible. So on a day like today, what did I do? Pick up the 1929, drive it to work. You have the wind blowing in your hair. The loud engine is so loud, it kind of blows your mind a little bit. So it takes all the stress out of you. And by the time you get to work, you're nice and clear, ready to focus, and then you can get down and dirty and do what you need to do. And then on the way home, what a way to de-stress, again, in something you love. So one piece of advice for life balance would be find what you love. If it's a watch, if it's a hat, if it's a car, whatever it is, that a new iPad, whatever it is, get it and enjoy yourself in the morning, enjoy it at night, really de-stresses, take some time for yourself. Very important.
you made me jealous.
So now that leads me to ask you a follow-up question. Is that every CEO has his own style? Like if you had to describe yours in 10 words or less, what would be your style?
My style would be very hands-off, give every individual the opportunity to grow, and just give them no limits, and you will be so surprised. So my style is don't limit people, don't put them in boxes, don't put them in pigeonholes, if you would, and just let them fly.
Fair enough. I like it. Now, I heard something about a 558 process. Can you touch on that for our viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. A 558 process is super simple. It pretty much any individual has the right to be made whole, to get what they paid for. So the 558 process is a statutory thing that's put in place so that it allows engineers to review the condominium or the flat ground or any community association and determine if there are possible construction defects within that community or within that structure. If there are, then we document it in a report, and then we assist the associations to get made whole, to all those construction defects be resolved. And then that's where the engineering comes in. Then we can design a fix for them. And then with our 558 report, you pretty much know everything you're getting into. Let's give me 1 second. Let's talk about cars a little bit. Everybody out there is going to buy a car. You want your car to have no flat tires. You want to make sure that the oil is good. You want to make sure that the paint is good, that the brakes work. Well, we are pretty much a glorified Carfax. We come in heavy duty with engineers signing and sealing all different disciplines, making sure that that vehicle is in top notch so that when you drive it, your family can feel nice and safe in it, just like your biggest investment, which is your home.
All right, Steve, do you have a wrap-up question for our guest for today?
Well, actually, you know what? We like to give our guests an opportunity to give a shout out to somebody possibly who was influential in their upbringing of their career, or a charity, perhaps. Rene, do you have somebody in mind that you'd like to really bring to light?
I'm going to give a shout out to my daughter, Kaylin, and the reason why is because she is now going to go to University of Michigan and follow in her dad's footsteps to be a civil engineer. So
wow.
Very nice.
What that means is, I've been doing this for a long time now, and you do start getting burnt out. However, she's my, you got to do it for Kaylin. You got to be strong. The company has to be strong. So when she starts working here at the front desk answering phones, she has, people are actually calling, and she's busy answering the phones, so she can work her way up the reins of Epic Forensics. So, I see her working really hard to become a civil engineer. And I just want to, give her a little boost and say, honey, you're doing great. I got your back always, baby.
I love the legacy. It's very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's funny because we're all father of a daughter here.
Yeah, we're all girl dads. We are all girl dads.
I think I teared up on that one a little bit, so forgive me.
That's why you've been wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Rene's been crying since the beginning of the interview. was great to have you. Great to chat with you. We look forward to see you soon, maybe at the CAI National Expo. I'm not sure if you're going to make
Perfect.
it there.
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
All right, terrific. And in the meantime, we'll wish you all a good rest of your week. And we'll see you next time for the next episode of Community Association Call Chat.
See you
See you,
guys.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.